Hello, welcome back for our next episode of Dragon Age. I'm very excited to see what happens today because there's backstories that are coming into play, and there might be some character freakouts that I'm excited about. Before we jump in, though, I'm going to say a few words about. I'm going to get my tongue untied first. I'm going to say a few words about our sponsors, and then let everybody introduce themselves, and then we'll jump in. So our sponsors are. Right there in chat, they are Fundamental RPG, which is a simple D20 system that's not tied to a genre, so you can use it to play any style of game that you would like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. You can pick up your copy on Amazon. It looks like the book over here that's behind the little tree. You can pick that up on Amazon, or if you prefer a digital version, you can pick that up at ko-fi.com/raven, like it's spelled at the bottom and top left-hand corner of the screen. Our other sponsor is Die Hard Dice. They sell amazing polymer and metal dice sets and accessories. You can find all their stuff at dieharddice.com, and if you use the code ANIMUS with a capital A, up until December 20th, you can get 15% off of your order. Normally it's just 10%, but they increased it for the holidays, which is pretty cool. And then if you're looking for a metal set, I highly recommend checking out this Nightshade set. It's really pretty. And it's metal and very satisfying to roll, so it's heavy. Or if you want a polymer set, I cannot recommend enough. D12 go. Here it is. The Blackfeather set. So Die Hard actually made a set for us, for the Blackfeather Guild. And they look like this. They're very pretty. And they sort of shift colors in the light. And it also comes with a really cool Blackfeather Guild card. And sticker, which looks
So
like...
are they saying that the Blackfeather Guild is shifty?
Shiny, maybe.
Shiny, yeah.
Multifaceted.
That's the word.
Yeah,
We're going with that one.
that's good. That's good.
Fancy word for shifting.
But yeah, there's links to both those sets right there in chat. And the Blackfeather set is a limited run, so definitely pick up your order, or order yours and pick that up before they run out. And as Paladin said, the fun is free with every purchase on Fundamental RPG. But that's our sponsors. If you want to catch up on any shows that we have on the channel, you can also do so at the Fantasy Network, at watch.thefantasy.network, or on YouTube. We have all of our VODs over there, as well as some live streams on Wednesdays. We're going to be adding some more live streams to YouTube next season, which starts in January. So go follow us there as well. It's YouTube. Just search for Blackfeather Guild. We don't have enough subscribers or whatever yet to get the fancy custom URL. So just search for Blackfeather Guild and it'll be the first thing to pop up. I think that's everything. So let's do intros. We'll start with the top left with Paladin. Tell us a little bit about Jade and yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Paladin Hulk, Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday, Little Red Dot, and Polar Scripted. And I have the distinct honor of playing Jade, your humble servant of the world's very best elven butler. So I'm finally free of the Fade, which means we're back in my territory, everyone, and I get to serve an amazing gentleman who's with us today. What's his name?
Logain?
Yes, there, Taryn Logain. He's awesome. So I'm super looking forward to what happens when there's a noble around.
It's going to be interesting.
Tea making, I imagine.
Probably.
Jade pulls a teapot out of nowhere.
I would not be surprised. And then I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my brand for all the various things that I do, most of which are tabletop related. There is my link tree in chat, or if you can't see chat, it's linktr.ee/the Raven, like it's spelled below my face here. And then I play Drafferth, or Draff, or Boat, depending on which character you're talking to. And she is...
Boat.
Yes. She's a Ferelden punk rock mage Grey Warden, as like the simplest way to summarize Draff. She's irreverent and has no respect for authority, but is a really damn good healer. So that's Draff. Next we've got Nina. Tell us about Velica, or Cake Lady, and yourself.
Hi, I'm Anina Kasky. I'm a actor and writer and streamer as well. I play Velika here, who is a young, shy elf mage, city elf mage with amnesia, and we've just rocked up to where she grew up, possibly, if she remembers. We'll see. Yeah, you can find me here on Fridays or on my YouTube channel, The Awkward Actress, and I also play Saga in Bardic Quest, which is a D&D 5e playthrough
He's
where
good.
I play a kick-ass Viking fighter called Saga. But yeah,
He's good.
today is Velika time. Cake
Awesome.
lady time.
Awesome. Next we've got B. Tell us a little bit about Alan and yourself.
Yeah, I'm John Belston. I do stuff. I'm one of the writers for the Neon Devils webtoon comic, which I'm sure somebody will be kind enough to put a link up for because I really consistently forget to do that. And you guys are wonderful for remembering for me because every single time. Or you can just go to the Webtoons app and search Neon Devils. But that's a thing that I'm writing. We're starting to get into actual like stuff happening. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I play Alan. Alan is a Kunari. He's a Kunari murder baker, is what we've been calling him for now. But today we're gonna learn some stuff about Alan, and it's a thing. Yay!
He's secretly an alien.
Damn, nice. How'd
Okay,
you
I need
guess?
to change some stuff real quick.
Yeah.
I need like 5
spoiler alert.
minutes. Do some quick changes. But
Awesome.
yeah, I'm Alan.
And
He's dumb.
I love Alan. Next we've got Hannah. Tell us about your wonderful self and this wonderful campaign you've put together for us.
Greetings, mortals. I'm Hannah. I have a bit of a tickle in my throat today, so forgive me if I have to mute consistently. And today we're going to follow up on our daring escape from the Fade, in which Velika's spirit friend nobly attacked the giant nightmare demon to allow everyone to escape. And then we landed unsurreptitiously in front of a ramshackle shack in the in kind of a clearing in the woods, and that's where we're at. How we vibe check? How we doing, y'all?
Pretty good.
I'm doing fine.
I
Alan's
mean,
got
like
some issues,
your
but
character.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Alan
character.
is not well.
I was like,
Alan is not doing well at the moment.
Jade is super happy because he's not in the Fade anymore.
He managed to even make sure that Logain didn't
Yes, that's
stay behind again.
Yep.
Velika's looking at the shack like, oh, I think I remember.
Alan is standing next to the shack, staring at it with an expression that I don't think has ever been on his face before in front of you all.
Draff is has looked over to Logan and went, "Oh, you made it! I mean, yay, you made it!"
you did it, sir. You saved all of us. Amazing.
I mean, okay. I think
Logain
this
kind of looks
is.
between all of you and is like, "Is your Kunari friend okay?"
I
Oh, he
think
just
this is.
stares into space sometimes. It happens.
I think this is my home.
Like, what?
Oh.
This?
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think so.
Oh.
Feels really familiar.
Wait, that means that didn't you say that shortly before we met you, something awful happened to your parents, which I
Yeah.
assume means that
Yeah.
they're still yes.
Does someone else want to go inside? Maybe.
Alan's going to reach out and touch the side of the shack. I think I kill many people here.
Alan?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you mean?
Memory is hard. A we grew up with Cerebas. I was trained like Cerebas was a weapon. Was
You can't have been here. I mean, I came through the mirror and you weren't there.
I do not know when. I do not know, but
It can't be.
it
Can't be. Just
I'd take a quick peek in the house.
The door is knocked off its hinges.
Traff just sort of looks over at Jay's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go in the house. Sort of
Yeah,
like
I'll go in the house.
awkwardly, slowly moves away from Alan and Bellica.
it can't be, Helen. Please tell me you're joking. I mean,
I
this is where I came through the mirror from. I know that. I know that for
Yes.
sure. And then I met you. That was the same time. That couldn't have happened.
I do not think you were here. But you were.
I was underneath the floor.
Floor. Underneath. Floor. Stand Kadan.
Raph?
Floor. Stand
Raph?
Kadan,
So-
underneath.
Traff pokes her
Floor.
head out. Sorry, go ahead.
The inside of the shack is a very simple, like 2-room setup, which is really just one room with a curtain kind of set up around what is probably a sleeping space. The most notable thing is the multiple dead bodies on the ground. There's more than 2. There are, in fact, there's 5 bodies just on the ground. And the whole place seems to have a layer of char or ash on it.
Among those 5 bodies, are there the 2 we're dreading to find?
They're kind of covered in a small layer of ash as well, but there are 3 that look very similar and 2 that are a little bit more normal, cute elf look.
Does one of them have red hair?
Yep.
Does it look like the floor has been ripped up?
No.
Like,
Well,
Traff
they are in here.
Traff will
Traff?
see that and then poke her head out for Bellica and be like, yeah?
What can you see?
Alright, well, the place is a bit, messy. Probably should let us clean it up a bit, before you come in, maybe?
Is
Jade's good
is
at
there,
that.
is there an elf with red hair?
I'm afraid so, Miss Velica.
And one with black hair?
Yes.
floor looks like.
And my parents.
Alan, are you looking inside?
No, he's still just staring at the side. He's asking them.
Alan? Did you kill those people? She's just not looking at him or in the house.
I
Did you kill those people?
did not kill people in house. Not in house. In house I tear floor away. I grab his memory or
Someone-
his dream.
Did you kill any elves in that house? I need to know.
I did not kill in that house. I don't know. His dream, his memory is.
I heard someone, and they were trying to rip the floor. And I was in there. Was that you? Was that you?
Ripped floor.
Stay away from me. And then she just runs behind the shack, crying.
What are Draft and Jade getting up to?
I think Draft just kind of looks over at Jade and is like, yeah, so this is a bit awkward.
Indeed. What do you make of this dust that's covering everything? It's
It
odd.
looks
It's almost
like
like it's been longer than how long we've known Velika.
it doesn't look like anybody's been here for quite a while.
Draft, this looks less like dust and more like ash.
Yeah.
And not like something that's burned, but something that's exploded.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, this doesn't look like dust either. It's like something blew up and then spread a bunch of ash everywhere.
It's very strange.
There's
Oh.
spells that can make things go boom like that.
Perhaps you should investigate, and then I guess I should be the one to go after Velika and make sure she doesn't do anything foolish.
So you're going to check out the not Bellica's parents' bodies.
Yeah, Draft will. Before she does that, though, she's just gonna look at Jade like, yeah, last time you tried to say something to her, you kind of made her mad, so maybe just be
I'd be more than happy to not do that.
just be delicate. Be
Perhaps Lord Loghain should do it. He's a man of just incredible talent.
fuck that. You go talk to Velika. I'll look at the bodies.
Perhaps Loghain can help you. He's a man of action. He's seen quite a number of things.
Yeah,
He
sure,
is
great.
awkwardly hanging out outside, staring into the forest.
Yes, I'll walk up to Loghain and say, I see you've been keeping an eye on our Kunami friend, considering, what's been said. That's very wise.
If there's something relevant that would have happened as soon as Velika said what she said.
Okay.
ahead.
Alan just started walking away, like specifically straight line away from her, because that's what she told him to do.
Oh no.
Right.
Oh
sure.
my.
He's not moving quickly, but he is just walking away.
Quick question, is there like a shovel or any sort of instrument that could be used for digging in the house that Draft can see?
Gotta be
Um,
somewhere.
Nothing like visible, but you do see places that could possibly be cupboards or like areas that would hold tools.
Okay, then Draft's gonna stick her head out the house again. Be like, oi, Loghain, make yourself useful. Find a shovel, go dig a hole.
And he kind of like looks at Jade.
There are several things you could be doing to be helpful, sir, if you should be so inclined.
I'm
One
aware of
is
how
to-
to be helpful.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
know you people. And he like kind of stalks off towards the shack.
The Draft's
you
gonna go
may
look at the
also
bodies.
wish to ensure that Alan doesn't wander off too far. If Velika is correct, he could be quite dangerous.
He's
I
like,
thought he was with you people.
He is, but if it's true that he tried to kill Velika here, who knows what's going on? There's something strange in the shack as well.
Draft is just like staring deadpan at Jade. He's like a 10-foot tall murderous Canori. Yeah, of course he's dangerous.
You literally watched him stab an ogre to death like 3 episodes ago.
Yeah, but that he was on our side.
He might be dangerous, like the
He might be dangerous.
he might be. I mean,
To
the
us,
sky
who
might
knows?
be blue.
Right? Who knows?
No, I see what you're saying.
No, I know. But
Yeah, I know.
Draft just is taking the opportunity to
Mhm.
be Draft.
I'll like
immensely disrespectful for someone like me who knows nothing about this person to dig important graves such as this. I will go check on your Kunari friend. And he walks away.
as you wish, sir. And then I will see about Velika.
Draft makes a rude hand gesture at Logain after he's turned his back.
I'll notice and like give you one back. Like, come on, he's a lord. Don't do that.
All right, Giraffe or Jade, who wants to go first?
Um,
I suppose I should just decide.
I'm interested in what Jade finds in what Draft finds in the house. What the heck happened there?
Me too. Do I need to roll perception?
You can roll a. Is there like a searching one? I'm gonna like go through my book again, as always.
If there is, I don't have it.
Yeah, there is a searching focus, so you can just roll perception.
Okay. 10.
Decent. Everything like not everywhere is covered in the like ash burn effect. I guess it's less ash and more of a burn. There is. Sorry. There is a cupboard that you find full of just useful homesteading tools, shovels, like rudimentary farming tools, cleaning stuff. Just obviously a utility closet. There's a little adorable little kitchen. Some of it's also burnt up. But yeah, the biggest thing is that like the burn isn't everywhere.
Okay. Could I figure out sort of like the origin point of an explosion based on the way the ash is distributed around?
If you think Draft would instinctually be smart enough to do that, I'm absolutely.
What's she got in cunning? 2?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
Easy
she'd be able to
peasy.
figure it out.
So you kind of trace around how everything goes, notice where the burns aren't, and like where the angle of the explosion would have to come from in order to create that pattern. And you notice it all centers from this nondescript area on the ground. Which, given what Velika has said in the past, what could it be?
Yeah. Draft's gonna start trying to figure out, like, is there a way to lift up part of the floor here?
So you notice
First
that
Alan, now Draft. Do I get to dig in the floor too?
if you want, it
Heck
doesn't
yeah.
seem like something that's in character for Jade, but
I mean, it sounds like we're all just floored about what happened here.
Oh no.
Draft here immediately
Trying to dig our way to the truth.
Sorry.
Foxwall, everybody dies.
Yeah.
A high dragon swoops in.
A meteor just destroys it.
Whoa, all of that.
Solus
This is
shows
just
up and
ash.
just kills you all instantly.
Yeah.
Right.
what
Swooping
The
happened.
Tuesday
is
game really interesting.
It's been great, guys. Bye.
The Tuesday game is suddenly missing their big bad because he has to come and murder you all.
Or just like there's a meteor strike that blows up half of Thetis.
Oh dang! What you
Oh,
gonna do?
Shooky Dern.
So you find that there's a carpet that's kind of been kicked a little bit to the side, and when you like try to look carefully through the burn marks, you do see like lines in the floor that seem to make a square shape, more or less.
Okay.
I think you could possibly open up.
Yeah, she's gonna try to do that.
Inside is a green glowing in a nondescript square space underneath the floorboards. But it is glowing green. And if you go a
Okay.
little bit further in, you actually see one of those elven artifacts glowing.
Interesting. Oh. I need to roll for something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it panic?
No, I need to roll to see how stupid Giraffe is gonna be.
Oh no.
Please
Hey.
be smart.
Love that.
Please
I
be
love
smart.
I love stupid.
No, please be
rolls.
stupid.
Yeah, she's gonna look at it and just like poke at it a little bit.
With your hand?
Yeah.
I'm a magical expert, me.
There's no way this could possibly go wrong.
Right?
It's that
After
scene
this,
from
I'm gonna take
Prometheus.
a whiz
Oh,
on it.
it's literally that scene from Prometheus. Oh yeah, I'm a biologist. I'm gonna
'Cause-
poke this thing, this alien thing,
As
and have a
soon
face
as-
hugger on my face.
As soon as she said the artifacts there, I was like, there's a decent chance Draft would touch it just because how she is. And so I wrote, like, yeah, I rolled low. She's going to touch it. Not like grab it, but just like, index finger, like poke it a little bit to see if it does anything.
For the briefest moments of time, everything seems to glitch. And like all around you becomes green, and on top of where you already are becomes an overlay of like it's almost like you did a multiply layer, but
Okay.
it's green and nasty, and then you like pull away and it's gone.
Right. Okay, don't touch that. Good to know. She looks around for anything else or like any reason that this would be here. Because it seems, obviously a little out of place.
It is tucked very far back in the corner. The only other thing kind of in this area is a small worn blanket.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna grab that and put it over the artifact and see if she can pick it up that way. So she's not actually touching it.
Can you
Unless,
just make a magic roll, please?
I was gonna say, unless that doesn't work, in which case this is gonna be a lot of fun. Would creation magic apply at all to this?
Just magic.
Okay. I was like, I don't know if it would or not, so I want to double check. 12.
It's a very thin blanket, and when you touch it again, it doesn't do as much of the glitch, but also, it's still like gives you a weird tingling, and you recognize that it's a different kind of magic than what you specialize in. Also, you realize that it is stuck to the ground.
Okay. Just gonna take a moment to like, all right, well, this is happening, so I'm just gonna get as much information as I can. So she's gonna like pay closer attention now to what she's seeing with the weird glitch stuff. And then slowly move away from it.
So she's doing what exactly?
So just like as she starts to see things again, taking special notice of it, maybe like holding on to it for a couple more seconds this time to get a better idea of what she's seeing so that she can relay that to everyone else. Instead of just being like, I touched this thing and it made weird lights. Like clearly there's something to see here.
It's time to do science.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so you lay your hand and stay connected to it for a little bit longer. Everything glitches again. It's really hard to make anything out because of the fuzzy double layerness of the whole thing.
Okay.
But like you start to see that there's slight differences between the structure of the shack and the structure that seems to be superimposed on top of it. But also at the same time, you begin to get the most splitting headache.
Okay. Yeah, she'll let go of it, and just sort of like note that down of what she saw. Player thinks she knows what this is doing. I don't know that Draft does. I think she might have
All right.
some kind of clue, but it's probably wrong. So yeah, she's just gonna leave the blanket on it, and not seeing anything else down in this little hole, she'll come back out.
I forgot about the bodies when I was describing the. I was describing the shack. So we do have the red-haired elf is near the floor hole. The darker-haired elf looks like he was probably going for the utility closet.
Okay.
And then there are two other bodies kind of near the entrance, but they're kind of like up against the wall, almost like they were thrown back. And then there's another one that was kind of chased. It looked like maybe he was chasing after the dark-haired one, but he got like thrown against a different wall.
Okay. And how old do these bodies look? And like, can Draft kind of guess a cause of death?
The red-haired elf has a great big wound on her back. It doesn't look that old. None of the bodies honestly look that old.
Okay.
Minus all of the scorch marks.
Yeah.
So she's got both a like physical, like looks like a cut wound, but also it seems to have. There's something weird about the edges. You've, with your knowledge of what like of magic, you figure that probably there was some sort of magic weapons involved.
Okay. Enchantment.
Enchantment.
Show me.
I love Sandal.
This is a very serious moment, honey. So I'd love to cut to Jade now.
Okay.
Where are you headed?
Well, I'm chasing Velika, so wherever she is, I will be a few feet away.
I believe she went to hide behind this shack.
Yeah, a couple of maybe 10 feet from the shack. There's like a bigger rock, and she's
Behind the shack. You do find a little garden. Everything seems to still be growing.
So if there's like a rock or something that she can lean against, and she's just sitting there
Absolutely.
leaning against it.
I look at the garden.
It's a nice little vegetable garden, like very well kept. Little showing small signs of neglect, but everything's still growing.
Anything like ready to pick?
Now I have to think about vegetables. Dang it.
Vegetables.
There's a lot of root vegetables, so it's probably hard to tell at a glance. I actually don't know how you tell when root vegetables are. I live in the city.
It's the tops.
Is
You
it the
set an
tops?
alarm.
You set an
Tops,
alarm?
they have slightly different leaves.
Okay.
I don't know.
How familiar would Jade be with gardening of the food variety?
Somewhat, I think. In the alienage, that would be one of the reliable ways you'd get food, and it would all get stolen from the ground before it gets ready, because people are desperate.
Mm-hmm. So if you do like a kind of a more thorough look through, you see some carrots that look like they're ready to be harvested.
Mental note for later. I'm just gonna, I don't know, stand there awkwardly.
So Jay just like walks over and starts looking at vegetables. Velika's over there leaning against a rock, presumably crying.
Yeah, she is definitely. It's that thing where there's obviously been sobbing, and now she's just
I hate
very
that.
still and looks blank.
I mean, that's a contained situation.
Jade is the
I know.
worst.
Isn't he great?
Oh my god. Why do we send him to deal with the emotionally distraught person? None of you are good at this.
Because apparently we couldn't ask Logan to pick up corpses. That's really what it boils down to.
Are there windows to see in the house from here?
Yeah. There's a window. It is curtained right now.
Hmm.
So what I meant was no. Yes. ma'am.
Okay. Look at that. All right. I will go over to Velika and sit down. Give her a handkerchief. I'm sorry, it's a bit dirty from the fade. Or perhaps that's the deep roads.
Or the crypt.
Or the crypt.
Road before the crypt.
He was gonna kill me.
Strange.
He was gonna kill me, or he was gonna capture me and take me to the Sables.
The other people in the house, are they Kunari or are they
They are
Tevinter?
not Kunari.
They're Tevinter people.
They are humans. I don't believe you took a close look at what they were wearing or anything.
Right, but that's the assumption, so we're sticking with that.
Presumably, you can assume that if you want.
Yeah. Alan is secretly a Tevinter slaver. And in the box you go.
It's a hell of a disguise.
Yes, it's quite surprising. I'd like you to consider what you'd like done with him, and also what you'd like done with the bodies of your parents.
Done with him, what do you mean?
Well, yeah, we can't just leave them there. We want them buried, burned.
I meant him.
Oh, him. Well, same thing, really. Would you like him to be killed? Would you like us to take him to the city, turn him in, jail? You don't have to decide any of this right now, of course. But I'm just saying, you're the one with the power. It's clear he's done you a great wrong. And that there can be justice, if you would wish it.
You just kill him?
I mean, he is quite a large Kunari, so I would perhaps need some aid, but
I don't.
probably good to be wise about how we approach such a thing.
Why didn't he do it? He had all this time to do it.
He's a strange man. Perhaps his mind got damaged somehow. There was some sort of bizarre magical thing in the house. It's covered in soot. Apparently there was some sort of explosion. Miss Drafford is looking into it now. But perhaps it damaged his mind. He did refer to Miss Drafford as a boat this entire time, so perhaps he's not all there.
I just don't want to be anywhere near it.
Well, he's away, and you don't have to worry. Lord Loghain is watching over him.
Speaking of them, I would like to go switch to Alan.
Yes.
There was something I want to say, but we'll wait.
Oh, you can go.
I want to see them.
Yes, and as well you should, but perhaps when we're done cleaning them up a bit,
Okay.
I'll just go and help Miss Drafford with that. You'll be all right on your own, yes?
As long as he's not here.
Then I'll go. Clean, which is something I'm good at.
Jade's favorite thing. So Alan, You hear heavy armored footsteps behind you. Kind of follow you at a respectful distance.
Just gonna keep on walking and crying. No noise, just like that, like occasionally bumping into things because can't see straight.
It's a difficult thing.
He's simple.
Hmm?
He's simple. I am Kadan. Sten give command. I am Maras. He's simple.
I don't know what any of those words mean.
Maras is nothing. Alone. To be alone because I'm nothing.
And Sten.
Sten
Wait, I knew a Sten once. Kind of.
Sten and Commander. The Sten and what tell a weapon to do. And and
The last one,
Kadan.
Kadan.
He's complicated word. It's not easy to speak in your tongue or in elf tongue. His friend is
Something important.
is where the heart lives. Is center of the chest is where heart lives. Is Kadan. Have heart. Kadan. Have heart Kadan.
I hurt my heart once, doing what I thought I needed to protect her.
Mm.
And sometimes the most difficult and important thing is to face what you've done.
They did. And she asked me to leave. She ordered me to go.
Did you
Respect
face
her
it,
command.
though? With all due respect to your culture, I do not think that any single person is one thing. If you have been told that you're nothing, perhaps it's up to you to make yourself into something.
It's a pretty idea. He's
And the
wrong.
world can't be ruled on pretty ideas.
Mm.
But I think for your own self, you don't, like, I don't know you people. I don't know anything about what you've done up till now. But I know that as a soldier, and as someone who has been a weapon, and made mistakes, that facing yourself is the hardest and most important thing to do. And you can't stop being a weapon until you make that decision for yourself.
Mm.
You don't have to go back with them if they don't want you or you don't want to. But you should at least know for certain. You said you don't remember. And I think not remembering is scarier than knowing for certain.
Hmm.
But I'm just an old man with many regrets who's going to die soon anyway, so.
Mm.
Sorry, that was a bit of a non sequitur. Haven't talked to people in a while.
We die soon is Maras, I understand. I'm not supposed to live this long. I'm supposed to be dead several times over.
But you
I'm
did
lucky.
live this long.
In luck. We love Hune.
I think there's little and less in this world that actually comes down to luck.
Mm.
But that's my belief.
It's Hune, perhaps. But if
Or maybe
abandon Hune for cakes and girl.
maybe it's not the Q nor luck,
I
but just you.
will think. I will
Even if you
steer-
don't,
I will think. I'm gonna literally come down in that spot.
consider who you want to be. And then he just kind of walks off
Mm.
back towards the shack. So, Draff, let's hop
Yes.
on back to you.
Um,
Oh, my heart! I nearly cried. God damn it, Alan! You son of a bitch! Oh,
It's really hard to be wise.
right.
also really hard to be dumb.
Oh my god. Dumb characters are so fun sometimes until, like, until
Anything
something.
serious happens, and it's just
And then you're like,
oh,
oh,
Alan, you stupid bastard!
So Draff will is still, inspecting the bodies. Probably would note that some of them are human, and will respectfully search the bodies for anything that might give any indication as to what the humans were doing here.
can you do a cunning roll?
Yeah,
If you have a focus in heraldry, you can use that, but
I
otherwise just cunning.
do not. Which funny.
It is.
I was funny enough in the Tuesday game that has been like the skill that you can use for everything.
Well, they're dealing with like cult sex or something, aren't they?
Yeah, it's amusing how much it comes up. So 13 for just a cunning roll.
You see sigils of the Tevinter Imperium.
Okay.
You don't know exactly which they are, not being super familiar with Tevinter heraldry, probably.
Yeah.
But you know that they are Tevinter, at the very least.
Okay. She's gonna take those and anything of value off of the people who have the sigils. Hey, thanks for that $10 donation. For a crit for me. Thank you.
Aww.
Get that on the board. Awesome. Thank you very much, Michael Wayne. So seeing that they're Tevinter, just like, okay, these are free game to, grave rob. So, she's gonna loot anything of value off their bodies. And then
Do you also loot Velika's parents?
yes, but also no.
No, you said yes. I walk in as you're doing that.
So
You're not
Miss
looting the
Drafford,
parents, are you?
really?
no, I'm looking for anything that might be of importance, like an heirloom or like a ring or anything like that
Some
Velika.
valuables.
that
or
Velika
some
might
You should
want.
be a little respectful of Miss Velika's parents.
And she just like deadpan just glares at Jade, just like, I'm looking for anything that Velika might want to keep before we bury or burn these bodies.
Okay. I'll just start dragging these corpses out, shall I? Not those two, obviously. The others.
Yeah, turns out they're Teventa whatevers, so...
Yeah, never would have thought that Alan was a Tevinter slaver.
It's
Doesn't
not
seem
really...
to fit with what we know of him, does it?
It's not really how Kunari and Teventas work either. They
Yes.
sort of...
Quite strange.
I don't think that's what Alan was.
Yeah.
Call it a gut feeling.
I certainly hope so. Things are looking pretty grim for poor Alan. Anyway, I'll just start dragging it. And I'll drag the bodies of the Tevinter guys out, making sure that they're on the other side of Velika, that they're not anywhere near her.
Velika's gonna slowly walk towards the shack, but you guys can do whatever you need to do before she walks in.
Draft's just gonna look for anything, like I said, that Velika might want, or that might, have any sort of clue as to why there's a artifact in the basement. And then also look for like a sheet or anything that she can kind of put over the bodies.
You can find some sheets in the makeshift bedroom area pretty easily.
Okay.
There's some, it's a pretty sparse cabin, honestly. Oh, there we go, brain. Yep, that's my whole brain shutting down.
No worries.
Do a Windows boot up noise.
So.
Thank you for your patience.
Oh, no worries. So yeah, she'll grab the sheets and put them over, and then, was there anything that might give a clue as to why there's an artifact downstairs, or anything that Velika might want, to keep, to not have buried or burned?
Velika wouldn't want this gold coin. Right?
The
It's like that,
Tevinters did have some money on them. So there are some books around, regular house things. Very bad at coming up with this on the spot. This is the stuff that I have to prepare and I never do.
I'm 100% there with you. I also don't ever do that.
So oh, please stop brain, please. Okay.
As you think about that,
As I say, we can.
Thank you. I was actually going to suggest that while my brain is rebooting, could we take a small break?
Yeah, actually, it is break time. This is a good idea. So yeah, we'll go on our break. Go grab water, hydration, food, whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes, and we'll find out what happens with poor Alan, how Velika takes coming into the shack, Jade burying bodies, and Jeff searching. So we'll figure all that out.
I'm just dragging them outside. I'm not digging a hole. That's warrior work.
Yes, well, your warriors are busy having a heart-to-heart.
Yep. We'll be right back. And we are back.
Hello.
Hello.
So Giraffe is looking around for anything valuable on the parents and anything that possibly could tell us more about the situation in the house. On each of the parents, you do find a simple but kind of pretty wedding band. And that's kind of the most valuable thing you find in the house.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's a lot of books kind of in one area, and when you go through those, a lot of them are just very basic storybooks, etc. But you do find a journal mixed among them.
Okay. Draft will take the wedding bands.
Really? You're stealing their wedding rings? It's a bit
I like
low,
that Jay's
isn't
just
it?
in the background, not doing anything.
Oh no, I'm busy too. I'm doing stuff.
All right, you're dragging. Jade pauses in his dragging of a body to go, oh,
Yeah.
really? So
Draft
untasteful.
just
I
turns
think
around.
They would want to be buried with those.
I think Velika might want them. Weren't you
Oh, what-
just outside?
That's how you. I take the body from in here and then I drag it outside. Also, what's that weird green glowing thing?
Did Giraffe close the floor or leave it open?
Probably would have closed it behind her.
Okay.
Then no comment.
Okay. Also covered
Ooh,
it
Jade
with a
doesn't know about the
blanket.
green glowing.
No.
Yeah, Draft's gonna
Ooh.
wait until wait and just talk to Velika about that, but is letting Velika process first.
Yeah, and I'll bump into Velka. Oh, but we're not quite ready for you yet, miss.
Can I see them?
I'll just give me a few minutes, and I'll go and clean them up.
Draft also is gonna sort of pocket that journal for the moment.
Perhaps you can keep her occupied.
Yeah, sure. Draft will go out with the rings and present them to Velika. Hey, so just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything that might, you might want to keep before we do the thing. So, this is pretty much all I found, but I thought you might want these rings.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll keep these. She just holds them in her hand for the moment.
They're a simple design with what looks like branches and leaves etched into the metal, and a very small gemstone in each one.
Aw. Yeah, so there's something we should talk about that I found in there that I just kind of want to talk to you about first, but it can wait until you're ready, because this is a lot.
Just let me see them, and then you can, take them somewhere. I just want to see them.
Yeah, all right. And Draft sort of like awkwardly stands there for a second, not really sure what to say. Just this sort of awkward, trying not to make direct eye contact, but also not trying to look like I'm not looking at you. Like very, very awkward, like 30 seconds. And then finally it's like, you done in there, Jade?
Just about.
And Velika doesn't seem to know, like, she doesn't care that it's awkward, if that makes sense. She's just like, just
We're
waiting.
all
Draft will like, slowly like sidestep over to Velika and like reach an arm out and just like the gentlest tap on the shoulder.
Thank you. Will you keep an eye out in case he comes back?
Oh right, yeah. I can do that.
It is around this time that Logan kind of quietly walks back into the area. kind of hangs around.
That's cool.
And I'll finish then, like putting the parents in not position, but
Yeah, the mom was like on her stomach, clearly running.
so nice on their backs, the arms next to them. They don't have like bits missing, do they? Or
No.
okay, so I'll just wash their faces of the explosion dust, and clean the wounds a little. Put the sheet over their bodies. All right, I think that's about as good as we're going to get. And I think I'll go outside so Velika can have time with the parents.
Make them so clean. She kind of pets her mum's hair.
It's a little wet because I cleaned it.
She kind of goes,
Generally.
oh, and then kind of half smiles at that. Probably tried to brush her hair too, I guess. And then she goes over to her dad. She puts her head on his chest for a bit.
You don't really
and-
remember anything specific, but seeing these faces, you know, you have feelings of warmth and love and familiarity and safety.
After a minute, I put the sheet back over. And then I'll rummage through like junk drawers or something. I'm trying to find like a piece of leather or twine to put the rings on.
Yeah, you can find stuff like that kind of near the utility closet where they keep more of the supplies.
Unless Strafford has looted it.
Why would she loot string?
Why would she loot a piece of leather or something? Anyway, she puts them around her neck.
You only
And then-
loot to Venters.
They deserve it. Probably.
They're slavers.
Fair.
Fuck them.
Okay, these
That's fair.
specific Tevinters definitely deserved it.
Okay then. Just saying.
And then I'll she'll sort of stand in the middle of the hut for a bit.
And it's not like a moment of clarity or anything. It's just that when you look around, you have feelings of being in this place and it being like where you've spent your whole life, but you don't remember anything specific. Just that this is home, or it was.
And then she'll glance at her parents one more time and just say, I hope we find peace. And then she leaves the hut and will sort of stand near Drath and Jade.
So
Alan,
what-
do you have anything to go through on your end, or just planning on when you come back?
He is sitting and thinking and probably won't come back until somebody explicitly says that Velika asked for him. So,
All right.
That might be quite the while.
yep.
Yep.
So he's
All
going to
right.
sit there till he's hungry and then keep going away from the place.
Is he gonna eat one of his cakes?
I think he has dropped the bag of cakes.
No.
Ah, that's sad.
So, what would our other crew like to do?
So, what would you like to have done with them?
I don't know.
We can just leave them like this if you'd like.
Oh, Oh, maybe burying them in the back. Near the trees, I think.
That does sound lovely. And I'll look at Trafford.
And Draff will look at Jade and then just bring her index finger up and touch her nose.
I don't know what that means.
The worst people.
Oh,
It's a Ferelden tradition. Last person to touch the nose has to do the thing.
Oh, you don't want to have the honor of digging her parents' graves. Well, all right.
At this point, you might all notice the metal noises from the side, and if you turn, you can see Logain actually taking off his armor. He rolls up his sleeves and he goes into the house and comes back out with a shovel, and he's like, "Fine."
oh,
Such a wonderful leader, sir.
You know,
should we be doing that? I mean,
oh, he's fine. You know what,
It's-
Jade? Lord Logain probably could use someone to attend to him while he does that.
I will, of course, aid our lord. You know, as you've made it clear that you find it beneath you, and I'll go help Logain.
Okay. Draft just rolls her eyes like, I thought he'd never leave. So she turns to Bellica and is like, right, there's something in the house I kind of wanted to just talk to you about without other ears around.
okay. What?
So I found a trapdoor. It goes under the floor.
Yeah, that's where
Mhm.
I'd hide.
But in there was a glowy bit, and so I was like, "Oh, what's this glowy bit?" So I went down there, and there was some sort of elven artifact, and then like when I touched it, I could see like fadey looking things like on top of reality.
Hannah, what do I remember? If I remember anything. What can I say about this thing, if I remember?
You do remember there being something down there with you. It was very ornate. And if you asked your parents about it, they didn't really know what you were talking about, but it was never glowing.
I mean, what does it look like? Like, what
So
shape
it's-
is it?
It's an orb kind of on a carved pedestal. And it is immovable.
Yeah, and Draft will mention that. I'm like, yeah, I tried to pick it up, but it doesn't move.
And I mean, I remember it, but I never saw it glow.
Isn't that I mean, something like that is how we got out of the Fade, right? So maybe that's how you got into the Fade before?
Maybe. I mean, I remember the spirit telling me to go. The spirit saved me. Is it glowing now?
Yeah, I mean, it was when I was down there. But do you want to go look at it?
Yeah. And I'll rush in and I'll just rip the door open because I've done it a million times. I'll just go and rip it open.
Underneath a very familiar, comforting blanket is the glowing orb.
I'm gonna touch it because I would have been familiar with it.
It feels different. The moment you touch it, you are filled with dread.
Oh no, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's weird. Something's different. It never felt like that before.
Draft would have followed. It's like, Yeah, it gave me a headache. I found this journal though. I think it might have been maybe your mum's. But she pulls it out and hands it to Velika. It's like, I kind of wanted to make sure just you got it. Like,
Thank you.
just between us, I'm not quite sure I fully trust Jade right now.
Well, at least he wasn't mean to me.
Yeah.
But I'm finding it hard to trust anyone right now.
I'll get that. You lot are the first.
Thank you.
You lot are the first people I've really like traveled and bonded with for a long time.
I mean, this sounds stupid, and even if you were going to, you probably would lie to me, but you're not gonna betray me, right?
You'd have to do something pretty bad to get me to do that, like poison someone that's actually really nice or something like that.
Thank you. I can't believe if he'd caught me and he was with us this entire time, why didn't he kill me? Why didn't he just take me?
I get a weird feeling that Alan's not. Well, you ever notice how, like, he's one person and then, like, we fight and he's a completely different person?
Yeah.
I think maybe the fighter person is like, I don't really know how the Kunari do things, but little bits of things I've heard here and there. Maybe that's like training and like, you know, soldier stuff. So like when you're a soldier, somebody gives you an order and you gotta obey it. You don't really have a choice. So maybe it was something like that, and then, you know, goofy cake boy Alan is like the real Alan.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
I think he killed my parents.
yeah, that's a bit of a damper on the friendship for sure. I'm just saying, I'm not saying you need to all's forgiven, be all happy and whatnot, and your feelings are valid. Just saying, maybe don't completely write him off just yet.
I mean, Jade said we should kill him, and I don't think he should die, but
Jade said what?
Yeah, he asked me what I wanted done to him, and I just...
Trust those flaming niggas, that man, I swear.
I don't want to kill him.
Yeah, no, I think
I don't think I want him.
I think we have like several steps before we get to that point.
What if he switches again?
I mean, like, we can do things that will immobilize rather than, you know, murder.
Okay, I just don't know what to do.
Draft will give Bellica a slightly less awkward hug this time. She'll be like, it's alright. I'll look after you, and you know, if he does go all crazy and tries to murder you or whatever, I can take a couple hits.
Thank you. Thank you for being my friend.
It's kind of nice having friends.
Yeah. I think you might be my only friends.
Draft will sort of like lean in, like all conspiratorially, and be like, "You lot are my only friends too."
And I, you know, I was stuck in there all my life, so makes you a bit of a, I don't know, bit of a loser. And then she does this little smile.
Giraffe just laughs like, all the best people in the world are losers.
Okay. I'm gonna flip through the journal. I'm gonna look at the last pages of the journal.
Lost pages.
Last
The
page.
last.
The lost pages would be a little hard.
The lost
to
pages, they're
read.
gone.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was
Um,
my accent. I was like, did I say it weirdly? Last.
I was trying to say
Pages.
last, but I said it weirdly. It was me.
Okay, because I thought I could have just said it in a very weird accent as well.
So the last few pages are kind of sparse. Like they jump around in the dates a bit. It talks about how like Velik has been like growing and asking questions and we can't, like, the magic just keeps happening even though we tell her it's dangerous. And then like the very last couple are like, we've been seeing people near the cabin and we're really worried about them finding us.
Okay. I'm gonna go bit more into the middle. Scan it to be like if I can see anything about more about
So the
like,
middle,
my magic.
like the further and further you go back, the more kind of everyday it gets. It talks about you as a child and how they had taken you to this place when you were still very young. And if you go even further than that, it talks about how what a miracle it was that she was with child and how they were going to have to hide you because slaves weren't allowed to have children. And then when you were born, it was so obvious that you were magic, and they knew that if their masters found out, they would take you away and probably do horrible things to you. So they conspired to leave. They had friends helping them get out. They haven't been able to see those friends since, but they hope that they're okay. And they just ran into the night, and eventually they found kind of surreptitiously this cabin in the woods where they were raising you from there on. And from a very young age, they tried to stop you from doing as much magic because they were afraid. They didn't understand how magic worked, and they were afraid that they would be able to find you if you did a lot of magic. But they couldn't stop you from connecting with the Fade the way that you did and dreaming all the time. Like you would wander the field around the shack just daydreaming, half there and half not. And they had no idea how to teach you magic, but they knew they couldn't go anywhere. So it was this very difficult where they tried to give you all of the love and the support they could, but they clearly had no idea what they were doing with a magic child.
I'm gonna try and find like a bag or a leather satchel or something.
Yeah.
And put the book in there and then just put it over my shoulder.
Alrighty. At this point, Logan and Jade, is there anything you want to talk to him about, or just he's kind of very stoically, very seriously digging this grave?
I do my best to help, and while we work, I will ask, if I might be so bold, sir. How were you unable to find Mr. Maras, or?
No, I found him. He is thinking.
Oh, I thought for a second that you might have killed him there. All right.
It's hardly my place to pass judgment on him.
It's strange. I knew he was a killer, of course. You saw him fight that monster thing. I didn't think he was this sort of creature. Never pegged
What
him
sort is
for a
that?
Tevinter slaver. That's quite a different sort.
What? The Tevinter and Kunari don't get along at all.
Yes, it's quite surprising. But,
And you've never had any idea. that he was related to them in the past.
None at all, sir.
And he has a
I mean,
history
of course, I
of-
barely know the man before my mistress, you know, and what's her name?
Lady
D'Argent. Yeah, there you go. Miss
How
D'Argent.
dare you forget.
Yeah, I know. Terrible.
He doesn't
Assigned me
care.
to watch over him.
And he has a history of memory problems.
And you've spoken to him. His mind is well.
And you think it is more likely that a Kunari, who typically are completely at odds with the Tevinter Imperium, and this man who clearly has some issues to work out, is secretly a Tevinter spy and not that he's simply confused.
I don't know who pressed him into service. It's quite easy to steer simple creatures in one direction or another. This is strange, though. The timeline doesn't seem to add up. This happened only days ago. And he was in our town then. But he says he was here.
Well, maybe some of you should talk to him then.
Hmm.
And kind of like dusts off his hands and shoves the shovel into the ground, and then slowly walks back to the shack.
Well done, sir. A fitting grave.
And he when he comes in, he nods to Belk and he's like, "Would it be all right if I moved them into the? I don't want to do anything without your permission. This is."
Yes, please.
And he kind of like he gives a very solemn nod, and he very, very gently picks up your mother and like carries her out and just lays her with the most care into the grave. And he does the same for your father.
I'll stand next to him while he does that. Or just next to the grave.
I'm a Andrastian man by nature. I don't know what religion or beliefs you have.
We didn't really have.
If it's all right, I could say some words from the Chant of Light.
Okay.
And he,
I'm very grateful that you've done this.
It's hard to lose the people you care about, and they deserve the utmost respect, so they can pass into the Maker's arms wherever it is we go.
Just wish I could remember more.
Even if you don't, you can know that they loved you, presumably.
Yeah, I know. I know that.
And you can hold that with you forever. And he kind of gives a little. I don't remember any of the Chants of Light. It's very long, but he says a few words from the chant for passing, and it's a very solemn affair. It's starting to get dark, also.
As the oh no. Did you want to say something?
Okay.
This is your
No.
thing, so
Okay. She's gonna pluck some. There's probably some little wildflowers, so she's gonna pluck two and just put them on top. That's all she's gonna do.
And then when they're all done, he's like, "Okay," and he starts the process of burying them.
I will also help out with that.
Where is Draff? Has she
Good
come
question.
along, or is she still hiding out in the house?
No, Draft will be there. It's probably just kind of quiet and really awkward, but just sort of like standing close to Bellica, sort of as moral support, but is very, very awkward about all of this.
Mm.
At some point, I approached Drafford, and I'll be like, I think we should go speak to Mr. Moras, who is over there somewhere. This doesn't seem to add up. This happened days ago, and he was in Orlais then. I don't know why he's saying he was here.
It does seem a bit weird. Maybe it's like some sort of flashback sort of thing. It's a similar situation, and saw, the.
Oh yeah, because there's so many shacks in the woods with a trap door in the floor.
I would have said this away from you, Velika.
Okay.
Don't want to bother you with this.
Yeah. I assume that as well, though Draft's reply probably would have been like, you'd be surprised, actually.
So many shacks in the woods with trapdoors in the floor. This is Dragon Age.
I've watched enough horror movies to know that there are a lot of shacks with trapdoors in the bottoms.
I want
Build
you
a
to
shack
be able
and
to walk
doesn't
out of
put a
the woods
trap
at the
Okay,
moment. Someone told me.
Velika was eavesdropping. Okay. She was eavesdropping. That's how we get around this.
I respect that. You have focus and sneak.
Yeah.
In that case,
was
yeah.
shopping.
Yeah.
If Velik actually said that, Draft would have been. You'd be surprised, actually. I find a bunch of them, traveling about and wandering stuff. It's not important.
I mean no disrespect, Miss Velika. I'm simply confused about how this could... I don't understand what's happened.
He said. That's what he said.
Alright,
he did.
I'm just saying he doesn't seem to be quite all with it when he's in that translate state. So I'm just saying maybe it's confused with something else,
He's not the brightest star at the best of times.
or I was gonna say it nicer than that, but maybe it's some weird fade thing. I mean, we all saw a bunch of really weird stuff in there. Maybe it's messing with his perceptions or something.
Fine, but if he kills me, my blood is on your hands.
Well, we're simply going to go speak to him.
Well, I mean,
If he shows even the most nudge towards violence, we'll put him right down, don't worry.
She just does this and she goes.
And we'll only go speak to him if it's all right with you.
Fine.
It's like I said before, what happens to him is in your hands.
Fine.
At the put him down comment, Draft looks at Jade just like, Jade, you really, for someone who works for nobles, you really have an undelicate way of putting things sometimes. Looks back to Velika's like, look, if he kills you, like I said, I'll already be dead, so, because I'm gonna protect you, so.
I'm sure it will all be fine.
Logan kind of pipes up. He's like, if you're both going, I can stay here with
That's very gracious of you, sir. I'm sure you'll keep her well safe. Come on, Miss Drafford. Let's get this over with.
Draft will go with Jade, but before they get out of line of sight, she'll turn around and look at Logain and do the pointing at her own eyes and then pointing back at Logain.
Logan's who's putting his armor back on. Is like, yeah.
I don't know why you're being so mean to poor Lord Logain. He's been nothing but gracious and helpful.
Yeah, how's your Ferelden history?
Well, some parts I remember, some not.
Yeah, he did a big fuck up with the whole history recognizable things.
Yes, I heard he betrayed the king.
Yeah, it's kind of a big one.
Never took you for a royalist, Mr. Aviv?
I'm not, but like that king at least was decent for a
An
noble.
incompetent buffoon, as far as I can. That's what I've heard. Set to lead all his men into their deaths.
Yeah, because your bestie over there didn't back him up.
I heard that he simply saved his troops.
Also,
Well,
got
that
a lot of
king-
Grey Wardens killed.
yes, quite sad.
Yeah. So, you know, the whole betraying someone who's counting on you and letting a ton of people die and all that, yeah, it's kind of bad.
Well, I'm sure you'll look past his mistake and learn to accept the man he is now, who has been, again, nothing but gracious and kind.
Well, you know, you might have something there. If I've been able to, you know, look past all your stuff and get along with you, maybe there's hope for Loghain.
And I do feel I owe you an apology as well. You know, I've met a lot of mages in my time working with nobles. You know, they were wise, poised, and I've sort of been judging you against the image I have of what a mage should be. And I never got to know why you don't fit that particular image.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not anything like that. I didn't grow up in the circle.
It's your,
I wasn't
what's the word for that? One of the mages who just runs around in the woods.
apostate.
Apostate, that's the one.
Yeah.
You're one of those?
Technically. I mean,
Technically, all mages are apostates now.
that's true.
We'll get those circles set back up in no time.
Ugh. Anyways, Jeff's like, yeah, technically I was, but becoming a Grey Warden kind of gave me, what's the word? Immunity to a lot of that stuff.
How much schooling in magic do you actually have? Are you completely self-taught?
I found some books and learned a couple things here and there.
Oh,
Does either of you have a light? It is very dark in the woods.
I've got a spell wisp.
Acceptable.
Mhm.
I live in the darkness because I'm a rogue.
All right. So as you guys are chumming it up.
I have one more thing to say to Travis.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So, if you would perhaps like more schooling and you don't intend to return to the Grey Wardens, perhaps Miss D'Argent, my lady, she does employ quite the number of mages. So, if you were to work for her a bit longer, we could arrange some tutors. And perhaps for you to teach others what you know.
Draff is kind of like during this whole conversation is like enjoying the fact that Jade's being nice, but is also like waiting for the other shoe to drop or to find the catch. So she's just sort of cautiously like, yeah, that might be kind of nice. I don't think I'd get along very well with most of your noble types.
My
Not sure
mistress
how long.
employs mercenaries, Mr. Rafford. There are quite a few combat mages. Those aren't the ones who visit with my mistress, but they do exist.
It's very kind of you to try and help me out. We'll see.
Yes, I simply thought you'd want to stay with Miss Velica when she does the same.
Yeah, probably will stick around with Velica.
There we go. Snagged myself 2 mages.
You're the worst. Okay. So as you are walking through the woods, I would like to pan over to check in with Alan before you two arrive to where he is. How are we
Okay, so he's sitting there. He's still just the tears are just uncontrollably going. but he starts talking to himself. Right, other me. Hey, why do you make her commander? Then hurt her. Commander Sten is everything to you. Sten is why we stay so long in Kyun. Because you need Sten. Why?
You would never hurt Sten.
This
is ridiculous.
Don't.
No.
And then she.
No, it is
She-
against Kyun. It is against teachings. You don't
Kyun,
hurt
yes.
Sten.
Do not hurt Sten.
We have never hurt
Understand.
Sten.
And then she Kadan. Why? I hurt Kadan and Sten Kadan. Why hurt? Why? That's not what you do. You are weapon. You are Maras.
I am weapon. You are Maras.
Yes. It's true.
Maras can't have Kadan.
Yes. It's
But you
it's
do.
true. But I have Kadan.
But Maras can't have Kadan.
Maras cannot have. Maras,
But you have Kadan.
Right. Hey. We are not Maras. We are not Maras.
What are we then?
We are rest some. We are protect. We are protect. We are rest some. We all protect. We are not Maras. We are rest some. We are rest some. Ah.
Maras need weapon. If not, Maras don't need weapon.
Where some need weapon, is protect, is fight, is fights for Kadan, is protect. Kadan is red sun. We are protect her. That is it was. I am Sten. You are a weapon.
I am weapon.
Protect.
You are
I am
Alan.
Alan. I am Alan.
Alan is outside Kyun.
Alan is outside Kyun. Alan is outside Kyun. Yes. This
This is the perfect time for us to
Correct.
walk up.
That's exactly what I was
Yes,
thinking. And
you
Excellent.
are outside. Very well identified.
You're the worst.
This is the woods.
Hey.
So yeah, Draff and Jade have managed to kind of sneak up on you while you were lost in thoughts.
Mhm.
I think we would try real hard not to sneak up. Like
It
we
would be very hard. not sneak up though.
Yeah.
When Jade says the very good, you are outside and you're in the woods thing, Draft just like elbows him in the side, like
That's what he's been saying. It's outside, okay.
Yeah.
just like don't be condescending.
I'm just trying to comfort him by agreeing with him.
Yeah, but you're doing it in that like, yeah, good
You talk
job,
a lot.
voice.
Do all elves talk like you? All the time?
Which
Is
one of
it
us?
just you personally, or is all? Or is all?
Which one of us are you talking to? Because we both kind of talk a
Yes.
lot.
And we're both elves.
Yes. Who
I
I
mean-
talk to? Yes.
I mean, like, no, not all of us.
But you two specifically.
I mean, I talk a lot. I get nervous though and tend to ramble.
Have
This one just
Yes,
likes to hear his own
I've
voice, I
noticed.
think.
have learned thing. Important thing.
Oh, you can explain what happened in that cabin?
I think I can in part.
Did
Still,
you
I do
kill
not-
Miss Velika's parents?
I did not kill elf.
Did
The only elf was there. I tear floor. I grab. And I run to safe place. And let run away. That is the only thing I do. Is only thing I do. Elf. Remember is this Canary enemy. Canary
killed-
enemy is much magic. Is much magic.
Did
We do
you
not use magic.
did you fight Tventas?
Yes, that is word. Twinter. Wait. Us?
The humans
Yes.
with the described Tevinter symbol.
That's not elf.
Details of who you fought outside that cabin are very blurry. You
Yeah.
know they were mages, and that is all.
And how
Yeah.
long ago was this then? Because this happened only a few days ago.
Very unclear.
Unclear, but long ago.
All right,
Much-
let's try
much
this
longer than
different
this.
route. Where were you 3 days ago? I think you were in Olay.
April? Yes. Yes, in Norway. We stopped stop at Kick Shop. I pay lady to teach me new recipe.
Yes, you were in
It's
Olay
good one.
learning how to make cakes and joining
Yes.
Miss Dangean, Lady Dangean's mercenary
Yes.
forces.
Yes, that was when she. Yes, was.
Which means that you could not have possibly been here as well doing all of this.
Yes, that is true. And also,
Perhaps-
like they would not be taught. Like, I back when I was Maras. Back when I was Maras and not Ellen. That I need command. Commander is need someone tell me what to do. I do not act on own. Yes, is yes, I cannot have done this. I cannot. And now even more so, break with Kuhn. And further Kuhn.
Do you think perhaps
Alan
the,
now.
perhaps the shack that you remember is an entirely different shack. As Miss Drafford said, there are
Was-
quite a number of shacks in the woods.
Was floor torn? Because I do not go through door. I tear floor open. I
No,
rip floor.
the floor was
Very strong.
fine. Yeah, there wasn't anything ripped up in the floor or anything like that.
I didn't
Any-
look very carefully under the dust. Did it look like it was repaired at all, mended?
I do not think what I
Yeah.
did could be repaired.
No, I
I-
don't think so.
I say tear floor. I mean, I tear floor open. It not be fixed. You need new cabin.
Yes.
If floor is fixed, then it's not where I was. But it's
Yeah,
look like it's not.
the
It's not.
floor was yeah, pretty much fine.
It's not where I've been.
Maybe it's like what's it called? I read about it in a text once. The things you got on crossbows, a trigger,
Mm,
like seeing it triggered something, like a memory, maybe.
yes, is very much is.
How is your memory,
Perhaps it's
generally
demon-
speaking?
Better now. Have made understand with other me with weapon.
You mean like
With weapon when I am weapon and not
When-
Alan.
when you go all blank face and get really
Is
scary?
weapon. Yes, that is weapon. Is what Kyun make me. Is what is
Hmm.
is why I leave Cerebas. Is why I know Cerebas.
Sounds like you should perhaps stop being a weapon or a warrior at all.
Mm. No.
No, you're
I'm
still
different
going
now.
to be a warrior?
Weapon be many things. Weapons strike down, and weapon protect.
Yeah.
Maras strike down.
All right.
Alan protect.
Still, for the time being, I think Miss Velica would be more comfortable if you didn't show back up armed. So, would it be all right if I were to take your weapon?
I'm weapon. I'm also. I think I'll also like take the armor. Take the armor off. So I'm like.
Yeah, I would rather not carry the armor. That's quite heavy.
Bed.
What's that- what is
I will kill.
Alan wear under his armor again? Is it
Yeah.
just like
He's got like a loincloth thing going on. We will say for convenience sake.
I know we did at
definitely
least say
need
that
to
he
get
had
you
that.
some clothes. So.
Yeah.
I think
I do
Trav.
not think you will find clothes that fit me like.
Talbashoth exists. They don't usually wear shirts.
But they are also not in this forest right now within walking distance. I do not think.
Oh, look at this convenient.
Look, it's convenient.
I think
if you find
Pants
A
for
clothing
sale!
store.
Giant pants!
Giant pants for sale.
You do know
Biggest
pants.
you've ever seen.
You do know pants in British. If you do it in a British
Yes,
accent, means
I'm fully
underwear.
aware, yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, that's even
That's-
funny.
Giant
What do you
pants
call
of
pants?
underwear!
It's funny in multiple
Oh my
multiple
God.
continents. That's
So,
what really the
Trav does have a thing to say. So as Alan is like taking his armor off, I think she's just like stands there awkwardly staring for a minute.
I'll
like-
let you deal with this.
It's like-
I'll take the sword and like drag it back to the camp.
Dress, right? Like, oh, like, don't take this the wrong way or anything,
No.
but like, damn. It starts like trying to gather up the armor.
Oh, so it's canon.
First time.
Alan is ripped.
Yeah,
Of course he's ripped.
He's a warrior, obviously.
That is not first time.
But now we know. Now everyone knows.
And knowing is half the battle.
It is a loincloth.
All right, so you make your way back through the forest. Alan is de-armored.
and Draff is like
Carrying
dragging
armor in a
this.
sack.
Yeah, there you
No, I'm
go.
just kidding. I just can't have a sack
Okay.
and carrying it so that you don't drag it. Although having you drag it is really
What
fun.
the first few minutes of Giraffe attempting to pull like the chest piece, and I was
Right,
just like,
yep, I
okay.
got it. No, it'll be fine. Just
Just
give me a minute.
This is-
He paid a lot of money for that.
all right, boat. You just
Yeah, I'm not really like a
seriously,
a
boat.
tugboat sort of thing.
Yes. I know you are more like medical ship. I understood.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will, I will carry my own armor, so that you do not die.
It's a
From-
brilliant idea, sir.
Yes,
That
I will
sounds
carry
best.
I'm
armor.
sure everyone would appreciate you putting your armor back on.
No, he's carrying it in a bag.
Carrying it.
Dragging it.
Just
Oh,
like-
I'm sure that works too.
Just
I
like
guess.
maybe not
Yeah.
everyone. Just saying.
You lack all decency.
I'm just it's
You just don't have an appreciation for the finer things in life.
Yeah.
yeah. Draff probably actually does say that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good line, yeah.
Like Kunari physiology.
Yeah.
There's only one reason to watch the film 300, and this is exactly the reason.
True.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
Kunari in
Should
it.
300 Allens.
Draff is not
Yes.
above enjoying some eye candy. That's all I'm saying.
This would be the
And
first
we
time
respect
anyone besides like Jade would have seen any of this. So that's fair.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so almost naked Alan and the and our other friends come back into the clearing. I'm presuming that the time has just passed awkwardly with Velica and Logain more or less
Best
ignoring
friends
each
We
other.
now.
still-
Somehow they're
are we-
best friends.
Are we still outside? I mean, Velica
Whatever
went
you
on
want.
in the heart. She's in the heart, and yeah, it's probably like
Logain will just hang out outside guarding.
okay, yeah.
He wouldn't make a fire?
Yes, he already did that though.
All right.
He's
All
very
right,
smart.
we return. Oh, hello,
There's
sir.
a fire going outside.
Everything all right?
Nothing to report.
And you stand at the.
Well, you hardly report to me, sir.
And he'll like just kind of ignore that and give a nod to Alan.
So
my
it turns out all a huge misunderstanding, and he just had his brain scrambled remembering things that didn't happen. Or happened elsewhere or something.
I tear floor out of check. I find little one.
As he had a fight in a different cottage in
I-
the woods.
I trying to talk.
Like I said,
It's
they're
already
kind of
difficult.
everywhere.
It already makes my head hurt. Let's not cut me off, please.
I'll just leave this here with you, sir, and I'll clunk the giant sword on the floor next to Logain.
Logain like
Then I'll go inside.
eyes it appreciatively, like it's nice, good big sword.
I tear floor out. I find little one there. I grab little one.
It
Then
was
I go
Velica. In your
in-
nightmare.
In nightmare, that I do not know how much his memory, but was you. The demon.
Velica's inside. Are you talking
I'm
about
inside. I'm
Yeah.
inside.
Oh yeah,
I'm
she's
inside.
just
okay.
in the house.
You've been
I'm
talking
inside.
to Logain this whole time, and he's like,
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
care, dude. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
well,
good for
I'm
you.
inside.
Sorry.
all incredibly awkward.
Yeah.
We zoom back like a few minutes because none
Yeah.
of that would, like, 'cause he would not have said
Yes.
any of that at
Absolutely.
all.
Yeah, because
Um,
I
No,
I
it
have,
wasn't
I have an
there.
important question. Are you looking inside the house at any point?
Me?
Yeah.
If I can get there without completely.
I think we would
freaking out.
stop you from going inside.
Yeah, no, I basically
Okay.
just walked to the door to look in.
Okay. You look in,
Okay.
and it's not the same hut.
This is not.
It's not. It's a hut in the same way that the hut you saw in your nightmare was a kind of nondescript hut. This is
Yeah.
not that hut.
This is not what I was.
Yes, we know, sir. And I'll dart past him towards Velik. Pat,
Okay.
pat
Not-
on the way.
Oh yeah, Alan just looked in the room, by the way, for Velika.
Mhm.
and said this is not where I was, and then probably noticed that and backed way off. So he's not what I was. If
Yes, don't worry, Miss Velika. We've had a little chat with him, and turns out it's all a huge misunderstanding. He did not kill your parents. In fact, he's never even been to this cabin. His mind was a little scrambled from the fade, as we suspected. And at the time of this, he was in Olay with me. Or, well, I was in the same town, at least. He was remembering some other incident from his time with the Kunari, where he attacked some hut in the woods and ripped a floor apart, which is not this one.
did not attack hut. I was told to, and then I open floor. I find little one. I take her. I set her free in woods so she'd be safe, and then I punished for 13 days.
What happened to you, Helen?
I was.
You're not. And she's kind of like, why are you naked?
But we thought you'd be more comfortable if you didn't come back armed. And he insisted
Okay.
on being naked as well.
I insist to take off armor, so that if you decide that I must die, you can do so easily. That is what I do.
Well, to be fair, I think you'd still win in a fight even if you were naked.
I do that if you decide I must die. I'm not going to fight.
Seems a bit extreme now that we know that you're innocent. Also, he's a blanket.
He's. I'll throw it over my shoulder.
What do you? Why did you say you'd been here before?
When we were in Fade, I see hut. Outside, he's looked like this. But inside, he's not. Demon.
Different hut. A
Demon.
different time.
And demon lied to me. I tear floor up. You have seen I am strong. I tear floor up. This floor is not damaged.
You said you were looking for something.
I
What were you
hear
looking for?
what I think is little one under the floor. I worry that they be hurt.
Who's
Because-
little one?
I don't. In Fade, it was you. In Fade, it was you. Because in Fade, use you to
torture me. I'm used to torture. I should have got on sooner. But instead, I find you on the floor. I have to tear it up and carry you to forest, leave you where I think you will be safe or can at least run. And then I go back and I am weapon. And then we find out and I am punished for 13 days.
How old was the little one?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Probably quite a bit younger.
Yeah.
Nondescript.
And she kind of goes
Like 11?
like what height?
Okay, so you're like about like the 11,
Little, like a kid.
So like maybe 4 foot or so.
I assume you don't remember meeting him when you were a child. Such
I
a
don't
thing would
remember
stand
what
with
happened
you.
a year ago,
Ah,
Jade.
yes.
You don't have
We have
any
serious
memories
moments
of
there.
Kunari showing up
Yeah.
and breaking into your house. No.
Yes.
That seems like something
Yeah.
that you'd remember at least a little bit.
Like amidst all the happy, fun house memories, you might remember like, oh, there was that one time.
Yeah. If I just get a good feeling from home, I'm not going to remember.
Well, regardless, he's not the one who killed your parents. And I think you owe Miss Velica an apology for making him think you did. It's quite distressing, you know.
Are you
What?
telling off me or him?
Him.
He was like, oh, I killed your parents. And you were like, you killed my parents?
I say I remember killing. I never say kill parents.
This is hardly the time to squibble over minor details.
It's hardly the time to be whatever you are doing.
Shut up, Jade. And she grabs the necklace with the 2 rings, and she's just like, just tell me who to believe.
Trav is just like
I
She's
smirking.
trying to
Right.
conjure the spirit. Tell me
Oh,
who to believe.
it was Trav just smirked as Velica told Jade to shut up. Like a sibling when they're like when their sibling gets in trouble with the parents, and like you're like, yeah, you had that
Yes.
coming.
I'm going to do a thing.
Okay.
Alan's going to drop to a knee and hold his head down. I talk to a weapon inside me. We are not the Kyun. We are not Kunari anymore. We have different rules. We made you commander because we do not know what else to say about what feeling is. We call you Kadan, which is it's difficult word, but it means where heart is, center of chest. I am no longer Maras. I am not nothing. I am not weapon. Weapon is part of me, but I am protector. I choose to be protector. I cannot be that for you. Then I will find some other place.
Velika, as you hold the rings kind of desperately in your hands, they emit a kind of warm, soft, safe feeling when you are listening to Alan say these things.
She takes a few steps forward. And then with like an open palm, she smacks him in the chest. And then she puts her arms around his neck and go, "You stupid idiot!"
Yes.
And then she just
Yes.
cries into
And then
his
he
neck.
will hug. He will
Yeah.
confusedly at first, but he will hug her. He will hug her back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being very
Ellen.
careful to match her level of force.
Wrapped
Doesn't
in a
accidentally.
blanket.
Yes, it doesn't go full of mice and men.
Yeah. It doesn't really hurt. It's more of like a
Yeah, no, it's
Make
the
me
like.
fucking
Why are you so
worse."
stupid?
Yeah.
This whole thing happened because you were dumb.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She does that and she
Uh,
cries into his neck.
Is that where we
I
end?
probably also cry. I probably also cries.
Logan
Like,
will probably suggest
legitimately
that
cries.
we can probably all settle down. And he sets up some sleeping bag blanket arrangements around the fire he made. And yeah.
I will cook.
I think even before sleeping bags or anything are set up, I think Draft will look at Alan and Velika and be like, "Oh, it's nice to have a happy ending." And she'd be like, "Ooh, right, good night then." She just lays down next to the fire, puts her hat down over her face, and falls asleep.
I forget occasionally that Giraffe has a big fancy tricorn hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will be ending it, but I want to plant the thing for the next episode first. So you all kind of go to sleep, keep watch over the night, and you are all awakened in the morning by a horrible roar.
Oh god.
Is it Alan waking up? Like,
No, but we'll find out next session what it is.
Da, da, da.
That was so good. I'm excited.
Yep.
I'm excited for next time too.
I feel like every episode since the fade has just been progressively more trauma. Here for have a fun time.
Yeah. Here's some drama. Sort it out or not. Just but you gotta do just.
And me sitting here
Shit now.
knowing what's going on with Alan and Velika and just being like, there's no feasible way for me to be able to insert this because I have only a warrior NPC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's a noble.
Oh, that was
That's the
great.
Real thing.
We're gonna go on a raid here very shortly, but before we do, I want to let everybody say what their favorite part was, where we can find them next, and anything they'd like to share or plug. So we'll start with reverse order. So we'll start with Hannah. So what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
I cannot possibly pick a favorite. All of you, your acting this episode was fucking phenomenal. Oh my gosh. I loved every single second of it. From the horribly sad and gut-wrenching moments to Draff and Jade having a civil conversation for the first time, maybe. It was beautiful. Anina, your heartbreak was so real.
Oh.
It was really
God.
good.
Oh.
Troll, your just confusion and the way you really sold that he really didn't know. It was and then Draft doing her investigating and then also awkwardly trying to comfort people, and then Jake being just a complete sleazeball half the time, but also helping in his way a little bit. You were wonderful. As for where you can find me, next week I will not be here, so we will have to wait another week to see what the heck that was. 'Cause I'm
that's
going.
right.
I'm going to the moon.
Ooh.
What?
That's cool.
As
I'm
God
going to win.
intended.
As God intended. As Heidelin intended. So yes.
If you're going to a field full of cows, you're going to the moon,
I'm not though.
Oh,
right?
ow.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Oh dang it!
Oh no!
I guess we can't come back. Everyone's dead. Good thing we solved all the trauma. Well, our character arcs have resolved. That means we can die. Yes.
Awesome. Next, B, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share, plug?
I've already said, just search for troll or whatever. Neon Devils is a thing. Google exists. Dude, this whole thing was so good, so good. But I think I'm going to say my favorite part that isn't just me tooting my own horn, because there's a bunch of things that a bunch of scenes with Alan that I absolutely adored. Was the moment with Logain, not like the really great monologue there, but when they're like, oh well, who's gonna dig the graves? Who's gonna dig the graves? And he's just like, God damn it! Like, all right, I'll just fucking do it. All right.
Like the whole time while they're arguing, he's taking off his armor.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, all right, well, let's just get this done, so they'll shut up. that was my favorite little moment. But there's so many. I cannot even. I've turned into a 14-year-old girl. I can't even.
Oh, awesome. Anina, favorite part? Where
Oh,
can folks
gosh.
find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
Again, choosing. Oh my god, my heart. Oh, there's so many fantastic moments. I loved Logain with Alan. That was great. Logain's speech. Oh my god, that monologue was amazing. Yeah, so many wonderful, tiny, beautiful moments. I cried, my heart broke, and then it was better, and then I cried again. It's wonderful. You can find me here in 2 weeks. Before that, I'm in Bardic Quest on YouTube, a D&D 5e playthrough where I play Saga, the Viking fighter. She's badass, so you should. She's the exact opposite of Velica. So you should watch that, Bardic Quest on YouTube, and also check out my YouTube channel, The Awkward Actress. I actually uploaded something. Will upload something very soon. So I know.
Dun, dun,
Finally.
dun.
I
I'm
know.
I
excited.
look forward to the notification.
Yes, very soon.
Awesome. And then Paladin, what was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
My favorite part was also the Logain monologue, because it had so much of his characterization woven through it. Like, you picked up his daughter, you picked up the mistake he made with the thing, like all of it. Like his comeback, second chance thing that he got from being a Grey Warden. Like, it's like you put the entire character, which is long because he does a lot throughout the games, and you stuffed it all into one monologue, and you made it appropriate to Alan's character. Like, that was just
That was seriously
amaze. I also really liked Drafford's sort of stopping resisting and agreeing to come back to work as a mercenary. That was nice.
I mean,
I
it
didn't
was
think I'd get there.
it was a we'll see, but yeah,
Yeah, we all know. That was a good conversation.
it was.
Oh,
So, where you can find me
Oh,
next?
sorry.
Let's see. It's not, unfortunately, this Sunday. because Thanksgiving stuff, so I don't get to fight the Navy over on Uncanny Adventures. This whole
Oh, yeah.
That's my first all parts now. Don't get to do that. So I actually don't know if we have the Alien game or Wandering Menagerie on We the Tale and Polished Cryptid's channel respectively. So I don't know. I'll keep you posted. I'll show up somewhere. Hopefully. You never know.
We can check your Twitter, right, for that information, though.
I mean, I assume. Maybe not. Probably.
Cool.
He usually posts in
You'll
the,
know.
the Black
You'll
Feather
just
Discord
feel it.
too.
You'll
Yeah,
feel
that's
it.
true.
You'll feel
I
it in the
sense it.
waters.
Paladin is doing something.
Yeah.
It's a rare
Spidey
occurrence, so
sense.
it
Little
Says
arrows.
the moderator of how many channels?
yeah, that it sounds
And how many
like a
games
lot
are
more
you in?
work than it is. But
Yeah, and you're in a lot of games. I mean, come on. It's not like
you like to play RPGs.
Yeah, that's doing something.
They're pretty awesome.
They are.
Yeah.
I had so much fun this game.
Well, you were
Next.
saying something.
Oh, I just want to say there was one little thing that I forgot to say is I loved the Alan. Why are you naked? That it's like, well, I didn't want to freak you out. And I wanted,
So
you know,
that's
if you,
like
well, and if you decided to kill me, I wanted to make it as easy as possible.
Here's my weak spot.
Yes,
Yeah.
here's here.
I'm a
like,
Zelda boss.
upward, like, right here,
Yeah.
upward. That's what you want to do. Like right
you
there,
go in
under the sternum.
between the six pack.
The horrible
maybe.
Yes, right there.
morbidity
This is the-
of
Push
Actually,
job.
Alan
the six,
teaching someone how to kill him.
the six pack really, it's like that's where the target is. You just go like
Yeah.
up from there. That's where the yeah.
All right, I think it's Raven's turn.
It is. Just on that note, I was to say I also enjoyed the fact that like that happening gave Draft the chance to like remind everyone that she's a rather free person with her opinions on
Hot people.
Hot people.
Aesthetics.
yeah. That was just a fun moment for her to just be like, damn.
Oh, so good.
Oh,
I love that. That was awesome.
that was really fun. So for me, my favorite part, it is impossible to pick a favorite part. So we're gonna pick a favorite part for everybody. So for Hannah, yeah, the Logain monologue was really good. I don't even like Logain, and that made me almost kind of like Logain. So that was that was a really good monologue.
I may
I
choose
have-
him on my next playthrough.
I have hated Logain. Having to like play a him who got a second chance has been fascinating.
Yeah. But yeah, that's saying something because I really have always just absolutely hated that character. Because I really liked what's his name, Merrick.
Alistair. Oh, Merrick, King Kalen.
Kalen. Merrick was his
Yeah.
father. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Yeah, Kalen. Like you get like the briefest of moments with Kalen in the game, and then he
Yep.
Dies.
Everyone is telling him
Spoilers.
how what a bad idea this is.
yeah, but like they still needed
But
to do
it's
it.
different conflicting reasons why it's a bad idea.
Hmm
Mhm.
So I can understand being like, this is mixed messaging. Also, he's the king. He can do whatever he wants. Not that
Yeah.
he made a good decision, but like,
Yeah.
it's
He's
complicated.
just
It's a
like, I have
complicated
total faith in
situation.
you, Grey Warden. And the Grey Warden says, I don't have total faith in this plan. It's stupid.
Well, I think they're more like, can you please take this very seriously?
Yeah, I got that from Duncan. It wasn't so much like a like this plan is shit. It was just like a yes, we're gonna do this, but you need. Could you at least pretend to not be so excited about it? But anyways, so yeah, definitely that. But the whole session was super well done, and I really enjoyed how well you directed everything, so that we all got to have those moments where everybody got to shine. So. Good GMing.
Yeah, we even managed to get Alan back into it at the end, even though he said, I'm just going to sit here until Velika asks me to come back.
Yeah.
We managed it anyway.
I couldn't have that.
And
Yeah.
and half naked.
Also, like 90% of this episode could have been avoided if Alan had just looked in the shack to begin with.
I
That
love
would have
that.
been
I
nowhere
love
near
that.
as good.
It's true.
Exactly. I love the
true.
fact it was like, yes, I've been here and I did the thing.
Speaking of Alan, favorite Alan moment was the conversation between Maras and the weapon, and that whole conclusion. That was just, I loved that.
Was that planned, by the way?
It was
No.
planned about 10 seconds before it happened.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I
That was
shot
so
Hannah a
cool.
message about it. Like,
And I was like,
I got
Yeah.
like virtual high five.
boom!
It was beautiful.
We rocked it. Amazing.
Velika's heartbreak scene was just, oh my god, such good acting. And yeah, it was so good. And then Jade just being Jade was so great.
Oh.
Just the little, like, you know, to try to find, like, oh, I need to see if there's any valuables that, you know, Velika might want, like keepsakes or whatever. And then Jade popping in, like, really? You're gonna loot Velika's parents' body? Damn it, Jade, shut up!
I actually kind of enjoyed that all the characters started to call him out on it.
Yeah,
Come on, dude! Shut up!
that
Calm
was
down.
I'm really enjoying the like slow revealing of Jade's
yeah. Oh, it's so beautifully done.
less savory personality traits.
Paladin, you're doing such an amazing job with that
Yeah.
character. It's beautiful.
Thank
And also the that little moment where Velika was like, "Shut up, Jade," and then giving Draft the opportunity to just be like, "You got in trouble."
Didn't get slapped and called stupid though. So
I mean, fair.
We got a hug out of it, so don't. But
Jade wants
Yeah.
hugs. The last time she hugged
Yeah.
him, he screamed.
But I have a feeling that
weird
like
color.
Draft has you know historically been the one that's being told to shut up or getting in trouble. So it's just fun to see her be like, "You're in trouble this time.
yeah.
I was fine. I didn't
Yeah.
mess up."
I'm the only
snipe
one who
Draft
hasn't
a lot.
messed up today.
Yeah.
Draft was a good friend. Like Velika was
Yeah.
like, yay.
Yeah.
Someone's listening.
Oh my god, the asking, "Are you gonna betray me?"
Yeah.
Oh,
And her being like, "You'd have
That
to do
hurt
something
me.
really bad,
Like-
like
Also,
like that,
Can
that,
we-
that was like a stab in my heart there. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
ow.
can we just note how strange it is that everyone in this party has decided to defer decision making onto the amnesiac?
Yeah.
In my
Is it?
defense,
I
Alan's
don't
real
care.
dumb. Alan is
Like
real
all
dumb.
three of you.
I'm special, okay?
I think
That's
it's-
why. I'm the special one.
I think it's mostly just that Velika is like at least somewhat willing to make a decision, and
Yeah.
the rest of us are like, I don't want to make decisions.
Not decisions, though. Not
Draft's
really.
like,
we have Logain now. He's going to make all the decisions.
Draft's like, I don't make decisions for people. This is why I usually travel alone.
Yeah, it's hard to rebel against authority when you are the authority.
Exactly.
And
Oh,
I can't be a servant if I'm in charge.
the heartwarming moment of Draft and Velika conspiratorially saying that they're each other's only friends.
Oh my god, that was
Oh.
yeah. That was I almost cried there. I'm like, nope, can't cry. I gotta do a show.
That was also good.
This whole episode.
It was all fantastic. You're all amazing.
Oh,
All right, we probably should rate, or we're just going to end up talking about the episode
Yeah.
for another hour.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Also, before I forget, again, thank you, Michael Wayne, for that gifted sub earlier. It was not a good moment to say something about it, but I want to make sure I said thank you before the session ends. So thank you for that. And that ended up with an advantage to Jade. And
Well
then
deserved, of course.
I just thought you might need it.
oh,
Oh,
I mean, he rolls
oh.
terribly and is completely ineffective in combat. So
yeah. We're gonna go on a raid. Before we do though, sponsors Fundamental RPG. It's a really cool D20 system. It's not tied to a genre, and it's super easy to pick up and get going with. If I remember right, the PDF version has 69 pages. Nice. And thank you. So it's a very quick read. And you can pick it up and get going with it really, really easily. You can pick that up on Amazon, or if you want the PDF version, that's at coffee.com/Raven, like it's spelled at the bottom of the screen. Also, go check out Die Hard Dice at dieharddice.com. Use the code ANIMUS with a capital A to get 15% off of your order until December 20th. After that, it goes down to the normal 10% off. They added an extra 5% discount for the holidays for folks, which I thought was really nice. If you're looking for a metal set, I highly recommend this one right at the moment. It is the Nightshade set. They're very heavy, which makes it very satisfying to roll. And they're this pretty purple and pink sort of color. And then if you're looking for a polymer set, it's kind of mandatory that I have to recommend this one. But I would, regardless, because it's gorgeous, the Blackfeather set. So it's a set that they actually made for Blackfeather Guild. And they're very pretty, with black and purple and glittery stuff inside. So it sort of shifts. Multifaceted. That was the word we were going with. Yeah. It actually kind of looks like a raven feather. It's really cool. And it comes with not only the set of dice, but this really cool Blackfeather card and a Blackfeather Guild crest sticker. But it's a limited run, so they will run out eventually. So definitely pick up yours before they are all sold. And then if you want to catch up on this show or any others that have been on the channel, you can do so at the Fantasy Network at watch.thefantasy.network, or you can go to our YouTube channel, which is just go to YouTube and search for Blackfeather Guild, and it'll be the first thing to pop up. And we also have live streams there on Wednesdays. And next season we'll be having some live streams probably on Fridays. So there will be YouTube exclusive shows. So go check that out and subscribe. I think that's everything. So we're going to go on the raid. Let me just make sure that they are still on. Looks like they are. We're going to go raid Tabletop Horde, Virginia's channel. She's fantastic, lovely human being, and very talented. Go give her a follow if you're not doing so already. And I will see you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for Animus Violentus. We'll be there next show. Bye, everybody.